everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Madeline Vaughn. I thought I would try something new and let you in on some of the items I search via Google as a crime fiction author. So let's get started. This is only for research. Okay, how I try to not be on any FBI lists is by adding in parentheses for book research. So, can bleach really erase all signs of blood? I knew the answer to this from my criminology courses. For those of you that don't know, I was a nursing major and criminology major, which are two of the reasons why I really enjoy writing crime fiction. For my current work in progress, one question I had to Google was, what are some untraceable poisons that were available in 1988? I'm trying not to laugh because to me it's comical that I'm Googling these. Was GHB readily available in 1988? They didn't have, and so my work in progress is clearly focused around the 80s, primarily 1988, and things that they didn't have in the 80s, for instance, was Google. So it's been interesting to be able to utilize Google in order to write a book from the 1980s. I did grow up in the 1980s, but in 1988 I was a whopping 8 years old, so I don't remember much about it. One thing I did remember, cell phones, however they were massive, like some were even in a bag. If you've ever seen the show Saved by the Bell, Zach Morris has a really good example of it. It's like this huge phone with this really large antenna on it. Those are pretty much the cell phones that were available in the 1980s. Clearly we've come a very long way. But things that you don't have to think about is, can you trace burner phones? Because burner phones didn't exist at that point. I did have to Google if FBI agents and police force would have access to cell phones, and yes, they did, which was helpful because I needed them to have some form of communication other than a desk phone, because I had to have my agent that is involved in the story travel to another part of the state to help with a case that was essentially a cold case when he left the state. I know that's confusing and I'm sorry, but here we are. What else have I Googled? I'm looking at my notes. How to move a body without getting caught. If the FBI is watching this, please know that this is all for book research. Google me, Madeline Vaughn. You'll see that I already have 4 crime fiction novels out there and a romance novella. Obviously, none of this research is for the romance novella, but you would understand if you read my trilogy. Oh my goodness, the research I did for that book. I was Googling drug cartels. I was Googling different parts of the Navy, such as my main character is a naval engineer and I need to know what her responsibilities would have been. Thankfully, I had a person that was in the Navy that was able to help me with that part of the research, but at first, I didn't have that person. I didn't even know that person had exist in our family friends network. So a lot of the research I did on my own without the help of anybody professionally. It worked out that Google was super helpful, but also because the Navy's just not gonna give up a lot of their information. That makes sense. So I did what I could. My cat is playing behind me, so if you hear weird noises, it's her. What else? How long can a person survive in a locked trunk? What would the decomposition look like from a body that was burned in a building? These are things that I wouldn't say I knew them, but I knew theoretically the answers from classes that I had taken all throughout college, different ride-alongs I had been on with the crime lab in Kansas City, the police force in Kansas City, fire departments in Kansas City, my nursing clinicals, stuff like that. So there was a lot of different things that I knew about, but I still wanted definitive answers. That's just a little insight on some of the stuff that I've Googled. Maybe I will do more of these behind the scenes things I Google when I'm writing or question when I'm writing. If this is interesting to you, then give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and share the video to help get my name out. Thank you.